I'm Rob, and I had an unconventional idea on how to encourage vaccination in my area in Sacramento. And that idea was to give out vaccination rewards. So I made this sign and I got a plastic folding table and a cooler full of beer and soda and set it up on the streets and handed out beer or soda to anybody who was walking by that was vaccinated. I loved it. It was not exactly a hit, but there were some very fun moments. I gave out 30 beers the first day and a 12-pack of orange soda. And then a few days later, I went back onto J Street and handed out probably another 25 beers and another 12-pack of Dr. Pepper. The best moments for me were times where I tried not to be confrontational to people who weren't vaccinated. They just didn't get a reward. So I'm not excluding them from, eating in my restaurant or drinking at my nightclub, but because I don't have those things. And I'm not telling them they can't come to work if they're not vaccinated, but I am just not rewarding them. I'm rewarding all the other people who went and got vaccinated and are helping us get out of this pandemic. So my favorite moments of the project were at one point on Saturday night, this couple came by who were probably in their late 50s and they were walking their dog, and I asked them if they were vaccinated, and they were, kind of apologetic, like, oh no, we just haven't gotten vaccinated yet, we're waiting and just haven't gotten around to it or whatever. And but they saw my cooler and they kept talking to me a little bit. But then while they were standing there, a group of 5 people came by and I asked them if they were vaccinated, and they were like, yes. You want to see our cards? Yeah. And I said, well, do you want your reward? And I showed them the cooler and started handing them beers. And the couple with the dog were so sad. They were like, oh, are those just for people who are vaccinated? And I just told them, yeah, these are just for vaccinated people. This is their reward. And so they were like trying to figure out, they really wanted, it's just a beer, but they really wanted to get one. And they were planning out like, well, we could get vaccinated right now and we could come back, and like planning it amongst themselves. And they couldn't really believe what was unfolding in front of their eyes. So I kind of loved that moment. And then there was another group of 6 people that came along. This would be my second favorite moment, which was I asked them, hey, are you guys vaccinated? And a few of them said yes, yes. And I opened up the cooler and said, well, this is your reward. You can have a beer or you can have a soda. And so they were grabbing beers and they were pulling out their vaccination cards or photos of their vaccination cards. But there was one guy who was like, no, I'm not vaccinated. And they're all kind of turned and said like, oh yeah, Benny, he's not vaccinated, but the rest of us are. So everybody else got a beer except for Benny. And then I wanted a photo, so Benny took the photo. Sorry, Benny. I think it turned out great though. Here's some footage I captured from my dash cam actually, but the sound's really terrible, but I'm still gonna put it on here. You can get the idea of who was vaccinated, who was excited, and who was not vaccinated.